Hey, what's good? It's Eric Stanley. Currently in the middle of nowhere, as you guys can see. How you doing? The reason I'm on here is I wanted to talk about the importance of staying consistent. I know a lot of people who follow my YouTube channel. You guys are musicians. You are, viola players, violinists, cello players. So many people are musicians who follow me. And consistency is the one thing that I think hurts a lot of musicians. So many musicians will start and then give up, right? Because nobody's telling you, hey, you need to work on your album. Hey, you need to work on your next single. You know, nobody's like, you haven't posted a video on your Facebook or YouTube in a while. What's going on? Nobody's gonna do that. So you have to have the strength to be able to stay inspired and not give up. It's so many people who want to be a musician. I think it's become more popular now. You can just scroll on Instagram and see a whole bunch of people who are aspiring to be musicians. But the one thing that separates the ones who are successful and the ones who are not, that just give up, is the fact that they're consistent. And here's the crazy thing, right? You don't even have to be good, right? You can be successful if you are consistent at what you do. And as long as you're inspiring somebody else to be better, then your job is good. You never know what song will reach somebody, what song will change somebody's life. When I was going through my toughest time back in 2012, you know, I believe I was like a sophomore, junior at VCU in college. And I was so depressed. I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life, but I kept making YouTube videos. And some of those videos have impacted so many people. And I never even knew it when I was in my depression, right? I was in this funk of like, man, I have all this college debt and I haven't paid it off and I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. It's so important to stay consistent, guys. Every day is not gonna be perfect, but you're gonna have good and bad days, right? But the most important thing is to focus on the good days. I've played violin at about, like 300 elementary, middle, and high schools around the country. And when I would visit the schools, I would just play violin and talk about my experiences, starting my YouTube channel, you know, all the way back from 2009, and just inspire the kids to keep going, because a lot of the kids are interested in entertainment and music. They're interested in like beat making, producing. You know, music has this allure of, oh, you just get up there, make a YouTube channel or make an Instagram page, and then boom, you blow up. But being a musician takes years and years of consistent grind, right? It's not just 1 week where you're like working your absolute hardest. And it's easy to look at successful people that you look up to on the internet and think like, man, they just got there overnight. And it's not true. They work for years of consistent grind. So for everybody who is thinking about being a musician, right? You want to be a musician, you want to be an artist, a producer, stay consistent. Make sure you do something every single day that furthers your music career. Man, I'm 28 years old. I wish I could go back. And I have no regrets, but if I could go back to like 18 with the knowledge I have now about just music and life in general, man. Most of you following me are about 18, 24 years old. And the reason why I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to get criticism. I wanted to get some feedback on my violin playing. And you know, my first few videos, they were kind of iffy, right? And people were in the comments, they were cracking all types of jokes. They were making all types of fun of me and stuff like that. But I kept making videos. I kept going. I didn't stop just because somebody said, Eric, you suck, or well, you're not a great violin player. This person's better than you. And you get to the point in your life where you don't care about being the best. You just want to be better than you were yesterday. There's a million violin players out there who can run circles around me, but I feel like you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be better than the next person. You just got to be better than you were yesterday. it's no competition. It's absolutely no competition. I guess what I'm trying to say is, as a musician, it's so competitive. You know, when I was in college, my freshman year, I remember how competitive it was. I went viral for the first time in 2011, right? And I was a sophomore and I remember having stand partners telling me like, oh, that your YouTube thing is a waste of time. I remember professors telling me your YouTube thing is a waste. It was so disheartening to be a young musician at a college, and I'm just like, I don't think I can do this. Yeah, being the best, it doesn't matter. Like, I remember being in orchestra class in college. Everybody was so competitive. Like, they were fighting for first chair. I already knew back then, I was like, I really don't care about being first chair. I don't care about being the best. You gotta start, man. For real, you got to start. You have to start. You can't wait 3 months. You can't wait a year. You can't wait 4 years. You got to start right now. If you want to be a musician, if you want to do this for real, do it now. Do it now. I'm so glad that I started. I'm so glad I pressed the upload button on my first video on YouTube. I was scared to put myself out there. I really was. I remember like hovering over the upload button, like, oh my goodness, I don't know what these people are gonna say. I don't know what they're gonna say. They are gonna clown me, they're gonna make fun of me. When I pressed the button, it was so freeing. I was like, man, I did something I thought I couldn't do. And I know that maybe you watching right now, you're probably hesitating. You're probably like, I don't know if I can put myself out there. I don't know if I can follow my dreams. You know, my mom told me I couldn't do it. My sister said I couldn't do it. You have all these doubts, all this noise in your ear, right? But you gotta block out the noise. Everybody's not gonna like what you do. For example, when I started making YouTube videos, I hardly had any support in my hometown. But you best believe they were watching. And now, the fact that I stayed consistent, I didn't quit, now that inspires the people in my hometown to follow their dreams, right? When I started making videos on YouTube, I wasn't thinking about numbers. I wasn't thinking about subscribers, followers, retention, all these terms that come about when you open up a YouTube account or a Facebook account. I think it's important to forget about the numbers. When you're starting, just ignore the numbers. Don't even think about it. Just make great music, make great content, make great videos. Think about the person that you want to impact. That one person, right? That one person who's in Sweden, or that one person who's in the Philippines, or even Egypt. I remember making my first YouTube video and I didn't have a haircut. I was in my dorm room. I had like 2 other roommates and they were in the background. One was asleep. Their room was like mad junky. But that video is my most viewed video. It had millions upon millions of views. It got shared everywhere. It went super, super viral back in 2011. You could have like the most highly produced, super scripted video, and it really, if you don't focus on the message, it doesn't really reach people. They're kind of like next. So just focus on impacting people's lives, and the followers will follow. You won't have to worry about getting a following or getting an endorsement deal or, you know, getting more shows. Just focus on impacting people. I'm pretty sure it's something in your life that can inspire somebody else to keep going. Stay inspired. It's your boy Eric Stanley.